From Westminster City Park in Westminster, Colorado, this is the 2022 USAFL Western Regional Championships. This is round one of the women's division as the Denver Bulldogs take on the Sacramento Lady Suns. I'm Brian Barishkreet to have you along for this second game of the 9 here on field 1 and 18 games that we are playing over the course of this beautiful day here at the foot of the Rocky Mountains. The Sacramento Suns will also have players from the Arizona Hawks, the Portland Sockeyes, and they'll also have members of the Denver Bulldogs women's reserve side as well. So some of the spillover players will get a chance to get some. We'll get a chance to get a run as well. The Bulldogs are in the blue jumpers with the red and white trim. They're heading from left to right. The Suns are going from right to left. And of course, this is actually it's funny because it's the same exact matchup that was just in the men's game that we had on this field. Of course, the Suns are hoping for a little bit better of a result after their men's team lost in their opening game, the Bulldogs are hoping for a better result after they lost the opening game to the Suns in Division II for the men. The other two teams in this women's division are the Seattle Grizzlies, accompanied by players from the Orange County Giants, and the San Francisco Iron Maidens, who also have players from the Centennial Tigers and the Wasatch War Gulls. Just waiting to make sure that everything is in readiness. We are underway here to the Bulldogs, and that is Brandy Machado in the ruck for the Suns. Brandy, one of the two Portland Sockeyes players on this team. You can tell her by the helmet. The ball goes in. It looks like a tumbleweed out here, and we'll have a ball up straight away. The Bulldogs, 6-time national champions in Division I from 2010 to 2015. The Suns, the best at, and we'll talk about some of their subsidiary clubs, but the Suns are some of the clubs that are playing alongside them tonight. But the Suns were Division II champions in the women's division in 2018 when they were paired up with the Montreal Angels, now known as the Quebec Saints. Ball comes to ground, and throwing her shoulder in and then getting taken down there was the 17 for the Suns. I don't think that's Izzy Greenblatt because Izzy Greenblatt is not blonde. But it's picked up, and here's a chance as the ball gets taken in, and then scrambling back to get it is Stephanie Moser for the Bulldogs. Up the far side they go. Ball goes in, and Leah Liberatore was in there to try and take her down, and in fact did win the football, so it'll be a free kick. Leah Liberatore, one of the relatively new players on this Denver women's team. Of course, after winning those 6 titles in a row, they finished second in 2016 and then lost in the grand final in 2017 and lost in the semifinal in 2018 in the national championships, and then drew the big old donut in 2019, a rebuilding year, but they've really bounced back after the COVID pandemic break. They were able to recruit like mad, and they were able to make it to the semifinals last year before losing to San Francisco. Of course, we'll have on this field at the end of the day big Nationals rematch between the Iron Maidens and the Bulldogs, but that is a long, long way in the afternoon, and there's still 2 games between then and there. Free kick is bounced in and sending that one back in the other direction. The ball bounces back up in the air. That's Melissa Wilhelm, one of the few players from the Arizona Hawks. As the ball goes into that pocket, over to get it is Aspen Baca. Baca turns with it to the inside, finds Moser. Moser trying to get that forward, and the ball goes out of bounds. I mentioned the Arizona Hawks are part of this combination as well. The Hawks, Division II national champions in 2019 alongside the Philadelphia Hawks, as well as players from Baltimore and Boston. A big victory over the DC Eagles. Ball goes to ground, still no score, opening 2 minutes of football. The ball again goes out of bounds as chasing after it was Rita Hill for the Bulldogs, as well as Alexandra Cook. A couple of new names, and it looks like the ball is actually going out on the full there, and so it'll be a free kick for the Bulldogs as that one is sent up over the top and marked nicely, and it's picked off, I believe, by Amanda Mora. So Mora, who is a former lacrosse player up in Connecticut, and the ball is spilled and cleaned out there by Hallie Kastanek, and that ball is sent out on the full, and the ball has gone out of bounds. I believe it ran on the full. Now it'll be a boundary throw-in. Allie Kastanek, along with her wife Lindsay, stalwarts not only of this Denver side, and have been involved in all of the national championships, but also played on the national team together in the last 3 international cups before that was curtailed by the pandemic. Ball bounces in, Sacramento having the sway of play as they try and force it in as Liberatore soccers that one off the ground. Ball goes out of bounds, and Hill ahead of, I believe that's Caroline Supera. It might be Tanya Fox. I can't tell if that's a 1 or a 7 because it's a Sarah Font, and will go out of bounds. Throw in upcoming. We're playing 2 20-minute halves, by the way, and we also have we'll also have a water break. This is Wilhelm, who takes a couple of bounces, skitters that one in, it clean bowls the player at the top, and Bianca Marshall, and it's marked back in the other direction. This is Kastanek. Sends that one forward. Nice mark by Mora. Amanda Mora takes the mark over the top. She is very athletic and very good hands. Out to the middle of the ground. That one is deflected into the hands of Wilhelm, who's taken down with a half Nelson. The ball squirts out. That should be a throw. And no, the umpire says that there was no prior opportunity before the ball came out. So ball goes in the air. Machado doing very well. Machado, by the way, named to the International Cup team in 2020, which of course ultimately did not go, but has definitely established herself as one of the best rucks in the country, and taking on a player of Kastanek's stature who has not lost any touch over the years, especially with the break. We'll have a ball up. No score here in this women's division, first of 3 rounds. Of course, we've got the Grizzlies and the Iron Maidens happening on the field on the other side. You can watch that game on this YouTube channel as well. Ball goes to ground. It's picked up, able to get away. I think that's Marshall. Sends that one backwards through the hands of Wilhelm. That's Jessamy, I believe, and then that's Lindsay Kastanek, who throws her shoulder in. Ball goes to ground, picked up by the 12 there, which is Samantha Sheet. So we have, as the ball comes out, ball goes to ground. Hill is on the ground trying to rustle it forward, and the umpire comes in. I believe we'll have a ball up, and we will. Ball is in the center square, just on the other side of us. No score. These women's games generally tend to be low-scoring, scrappy affairs, but not without any skill. There are plenty of players on the field who can dish the ball out, but there's also a lot of tight-in tackling, which is good defensive play. Ball does come out, and this is Typoletti, who bowls over a defender, and then she's taken down. Probably could have been holding the ball. It wasn't. Ball pops up from Machado. Machado winds up on the right. That one will drop in front, and they'll try and sweep up out of the back, and they do. Not the greatest of kicks, but now it's a matter of who wants to run, goof out for a run on a Saturday morning. It's picked up and cleared out on the near side. Bounces in front of Castillo. Sends that one on and finds Lindsay Kastanek. Here comes Lindsay Kastanek up the far side, looking for Masher. It clean bowls her. Going to pick that one up is Alex Cook. Cook gets around from one defender, squares up for goal. It's across the face. Thexton giving chase. The ball stays in play. Thexton with Swart on her hammer, turns and fires towards the sticks, and it is through for a behind. First point of the game goes to the Denver Lady Bulldogs. They lead 1-0. Great work rate there. It was a great work rate on this near side by Castillo, one of the Hawks players, who was able to find Lindsay Kastanek and send it into the pocket. And then Cook, who did all the work in the corner, probably should have gotten a goal out of that, but did well to kick from the inside. So here's Jenna Typoletti. We'll talk about her in just a minute as the ball gets knocked to ground. This is Lindsay Kastanek, who finally picks it up on the 3rd try, handballs it over to Cook. Cook goes across the body and swats it home. That's what Alex Cook wanted to do, and she did it perfectly, and Denver extends their lead. They go on the 1-1-7 on the Tasmania scoreboard, and it's no score for Sacramento. Great job in there by Kastanek, who was able to fight off the defender, stayed with it, and then Cook this time had plenty of room, went across the body, and the ball just did tail back to the right, but at that point, the line had already been perfect. So back in the middle we go again. It is 1-1-7 for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs last year went unbeaten in regional play, although now it has been signaled as a behind. So I guess it did curve all the way. So my apologies. I thought that had gone through for a goal, but it hadn't. So it's 2-0. And the ball goes up on the other side. I'll tell you what, Adams watched way less games than I have, and he kept the ball on the play the entire time. I was waiting for the ball to come back in the middle, but that one, in fact, it looked like a goal from here. But that's okay. It's 2-0 as Cook still, you can tell that she's going to be a key forward for the Bulldogs. That one is sent in by Caitlyn Masher. Going to drop in. Again, this is Cook. Has Tanya Fox on her hammer, and the ball is going out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw-in. Denver Bulldogs, as a club, still looking for their first goal of the day. They were shut out of the major scoring in the Division II men's game. As this one goes up on the far side. That one will drop in front. There is Machado, who ran into Vanessa Ortiz, her teammate. Ball goes out of bounds. And that is going to be our water break. So we've played about 10 minutes of play, and the players will come in and grab a quick drink, and we're going to grab a quick break to score. It's the Denver Bulldogs 2, the Sacramento Suns nothing. We'll be right back. This is the 2022 USAFL Western Regional Championships here on USAFL.com. Back underway, the second part of this first half after the water break. It's 2-0 to the Bulldogs. There's Alex Cook, who picks it up. She's had 2 chances at goal. She sends that one into the top, and it's marked by Andy Castillo. Well, actually, that might be Allison Bremner. I've been calling her as Castillo, but oh, it is Bremner. I've been calling the wrong name. So this is Bremner, who lines up from the freedom, and she makes absolutely no mistake. There's the first goal of the game as Allison Bremner slots it home, and the Bulldogs extend their lead. They go to 1-2-8. No score for the Sacramento Suns. And I've been calling, but that's pretty, Allison Bremner playing at the 2017 International Cup and getting a lot of touches. 19, who I've been calling as Cook, has been Marissa Poorboy. And so Poorboy, who was a former member of the Seattle Grizzlies, and who's come across. So that was a Poorboy who had the opportunity. And that one is stabbed forward by Courtney Jessamy. There is Kastanek. Kastanek sends that one in over the head of Masher, who shoves her opponent out the way. Back to Poorboy, who has another go, and there's another goal. Bang, bang go the Bulldogs, and Marissa Poorboy. And there's a celebration from Caitlyn Masher, who helped set that goal up. So all of a sudden, the Bulldogs have jumped ahead 2-2-14 to no score. Poorboy doing a fantastic job in that forward line. And the ball comes back in the middle once again. Umpire Samad Guayari, who also is the president of the USAFL, puts the ball in the air. And now they've got Bianca Marshall in the ruck. Ball goes to ground. Wilhelm dropped the footy. No call. Now it's a big old tug of war in there, and we'll have a ball up. Anna Thexton, the veteran, who's played somewhere in the neighborhood. Well, she goes back to 2007, but played somewhere in the neighborhood of, I would say, about 13 or 14 seasons. Comes out to the near side, marked by Bremner. Now the Bulldogs showing their strength and skill. Here is Bremner. Strides forward, puts this one on its way. Almost taken over the top by Castanek. Typoletti tried to drag her down. Centering ball looking for Thexton. She got pushed in the back, no call. Ball pops up to Bremner. Finds an open Lindsay Castanek. An ugly kick that's going to fall short, but it looked like it was affected by some pressure. Poor boy off the deck, but it's off to the side. The Bulldogs now putting their front foot down or something like that, and they go on to 2-3-15. No score for the Suns. Jenna Typoletti will put the ball back in the play. Now Typoletti in 2019, her first season, when we had the skills competition at Nationals in Florida, booted it 48 yards. Nice mark on the near side by Greenblatt. This is Greenblatt. Sends that one down the line. Knocked away, picked up by Cassie Wilkerson. Wilkerson sends that one towards the sticks. Knocked away by Masher. Comes out to Anna Thexton. Anna the banana goes bang. Third goal for the Bulldogs. They go on to 3-3-21. And a great team goal. Sacramento yet to score. And a bunch of veterans linking up for the Bulldogs. Cassie Wilkerson, who played with the USA Liberty and who has come back over the last couple of years from a knee injury suffered in that first game and has come back incredibly strong, sent that one forward. Caitlyn Masher, the USA Liberty alumni, who was a nationally ranked sumo wrestler at one point, and then Anna Thexton finishing it off. And here they come again. It's going to be batten down the hatches time. As running up and going to get it, that goes to Clean Bowl's Poor Boy. Throwing her shoulder in is Tanya Fox. Ball goes to ground. Fox stays with it. Poor Boy runs through. Now she sends that one forward. Here is Bremner. Bremner gets away from Greenblatt. Finds Masher. Goes off of 2 steps. Masher sees that one drift across the face. She's going to want that one back. And that goes on to 3-4-22 for the Bulldogs. No score. So here the ball will come back in the play. Again, it's Typoletti. Now there is a goal square that extends out 9 meters long. And it used to be that you had to stay inside that square as the ball gets picked off by Lindsay Castanek. You had to stay inside that square when you kick, but now you can come out. It's just that once you leave, you are fair game. Castanek stands 40 meters out at a 45-degree angle. Sends that one on the way. It starts left. It's short. It's tipped down, a scramble in front, and it's played out by the Suns, but there is Thexton. She takes the mark. She plays on. She probably should have gone back, but she just got the ball away. They closed down and quickly. Marshall was taken down from behind and then cleared out. Straight in the middle of the ground, and it's marked over the top by Fiona Matson. Matson will go back. She lines up. Sends that one on the way to the left side. And it's dropped by Bremner. Gets a block from Thexton. Sends that one on its way. Drops in front. Looking for Poor Boy who dropped it. And they're not charging them down, are the Suns. That's the problem. And finally, Masher, she drops the ball finally. And the Suns will have to consider themselves very lucky because they weren't stepping up to the ball and challenging the ball. And they were allowed to get 3 handballs off. That was the problem, and then lucky that they were able to get a tackle in there on Kate Masher. So it's a free kick. It'll go the way of Typoletti, who earns the free kick. Still 22-0 in the second. As we near towards the end of the first half here. Was there a whistle? Yeah, there was. It's a free kick downfield. What happened? I'm not sure what happened. They're awarding it as a free kick downfield. Yeah. And so it'll remain Typoletti's ball. So even though Typoletti's the fullback, she'll now be allowed to take the free kick from up near the center circle. And this is a golden opportunity for the Suns because of her boot. She sends a torpedo deep. It bounces in front, one-on-one contest, Wilhelm, and they're able to get that one away. So the Suns, after dominating the opening part of this first half, have now found themselves on the back foot as Katya Lansdale went down to get it for the Suns. And there in the corner is Poor Boy, who picks that one up and dropped it, and that's what the call's going to be. And so we'll have a ball up on the far side. Sends that one back, and we're going to start again. Sacramento Suns, of course, Sacramento Suns founded back in 2009, and they were originally the Sacramento Screamers, and then became an affiliate of the Gold Coast Suns in Australia a couple of seasons later. But here is Mel Wilhelm, who picks that one up and turns it right over. That wasn't 15, and Kastanek didn't move. Comes out to the near side where she finds Lindsay Mazzaros. Mazzaros, a veteran who's popped up every once in a while for the Bulldogs, sends that one in towards the goals. And nice mark by Lindsay Kastanek. You're not going to find much stronger players than her, and she's, alongside Poor Boy, have put themselves out as lead targets. Kastanek goes forward, and the ball sails through straight and majestic like a flatulent moth. And that is the fourth goal of the game for the Bulldogs, and they are drawing away and building up that percentage. They go on the 4-4-28, and Sacramento no score, and the defense doing its best to clamp down, but the skill for this Denver team, which plays together, and they already have a win on the season. They played one game this year against the Centennial Tigers, who have just a handful of representatives here. You'll see them with the San Francisco Iron Maidens combination. That one drops in front from Brenner, who couldn't claim it cleanly, but able to volley that one up in the air to get it by Greenblatt. Ball goes to ground, picked up by Jessamy, I believe, and she was taken down, and they are going to call that she didn't get rid of the ball in time. So a free kick as it comes out to the near side, bounces in front of Machado, and it took a dead hop. And there is the siren, and that is halftime at the football. So it started out the Suns' way. They couldn't cash in, but the Bulldogs could, as they have flipped the script. And at halftime, the Bulldogs 4-4-28. The Sacramento Suns no score. We'll step aside and come right back. You're watching the 2022 USAFL Western Regional Championships here on USAFL.com. Second half of this opening round game of the women's division between the Denver Bulldogs and the Sacramento Lady Suns is underway. The Bulldogs lead 28-0. Brian Barish here with you here in Westminster, Colorado. We're underway once again. The Suns this time going from left to right. As going after to get it is Samantha Cheat, one of the players from the Denver Bulldogs, who is crossed over to play for the Suns combination to help them make numbers. They've got players from Arizona, and there's one of them going after it right now, Andy Castillo, number 23. And then shoving her off the football there was Rachel Hopman. Hopman goes back. Now that one is picked up and sent that one up on the far side. Mora trying to get to it. Big crunch in there on Leah Liberatore. As the ball goes down, and now everybody goes down mushroom farming, and we'll have a ball up.
Still accountable, but we accountable.
The Denver Bulldogs reserves come running through our shot.
Sorry, Brian.
No worries. That's okay. We still love you. Ball comes back into play. Up on the far side, and that one goes to ground. Wilhelm will go and pick that one up. Wilhelm able to get free up on the far side, and then Thexton shoving Greenblatt out of the way up the far side. Ball goes out of bounds. Ball goes down. We'll have a ball up on that far side. Sacramento, as we mentioned, they have always been the term in Australia is the easy beats, really, in the women's division.
Duck, guys.
And they've really improved over the last couple of seasons. As the ball goes off the knees there, going to be picked up by Castillo once again, and she goes down, going to be handballed up over the top. And back the other way as Liberatore had it, as did Lindsay Kastanek, and we'll have ball gone out for a free kick. Here's Bianca Marshall, who's playing in her fourth season with the Suns. Marshall provides usually a pretty good target in the forward line, and also can platoon in the ruck, chip that one in. And then trying to spin her around was Wilkerson. Ball goes to ground. Wilkerson trying to get that one away. Does to Bremner. Comes out to the near side. Going to pick that one up is Shuleys. And Shea Shuley is able to get that one free, but only as far as Jessica Swart, who is taken down without the football by Angel Duran, and it will be a free kick. A little bit of push and shove afterwards, but nothing to write home about. We'll have a free kick, or what should be a free kick, and it is. So it'll be a free kick there to Jessica Swart, number 3. Looks to the left. Sends the ball in a helicopter trajectory out to that side. Picked up on one hop by Huffman. Huffman sends that one in. Rather, that's Huffman who has it. That will travel through for behind. But Sacramento is on the board. We'll just double check and tell you that in fact was Erica Titus-Lay, number 8, who won that. Titus-Lay coming back after a knee injury. It's good to see her back. 28-1 the score as the Suns combination is on the board. They'll come out to the far side. The ball goes down and we'll have a ball up. Number of players on this side, actually on both teams, representing the USA Freedom national team and the Liberty, which is the reserve side, if you will. It's the development team over the years. That one is sent back, sent that one in, dropped, and back the other way. Shakes aside, that one goes sent in across, and that's a goal! What a fantastic goal by the Suns, and you can give that one, I believe, to, I think that was Caroline Sequeira. It was either Sequeira or Titus-Lay who got the goal. We'll check on that for you, but the Suns are on the board with a major score. They go to 1-1-7, and the Bulldogs stuck on 4-4-28. So the scoring side seems to be that Sheraton Boulevard side to our right. And, you know, the Bulldogs, after being pinned back in the first couple of minutes of that first half, had come alive, but now they'll need to do so again because the Suns are coming. All back in the middle again. And the ruck's ready. It's going to be, 16 originally was Sheet. We have that down to 16, so we're not sure. As the ball goes back up in the middle of the ground, and Sheet sends that one forward, dropped in front by Vanessa Ortiz, one of the Arizona players, and we'll have a ball up. Ball comes back in the air. Ball goes to ground. Sheet able to get free. Puts 2 defenders in there. Does, but it hits the post. It was a Wilbur post. Hello, I'm Mr. Ed. And it scores 1 point. Sacramento up and around, though. They go to 1-2-8. The margin back to 14 points as Denver is on 2-4-20 or 4-4-22. Bulldogs send that one out to the far side. The Suns, by the way, their first points of the season after getting shut out at home by the Seattle Grizzlies. The Grizzlies looking very strong after a down year because of all the COVID and travel restrictions a season ago, but they've come back with an absolute vengeance. And we'll have a ball up on that far side. Umpire Seb Aguiari awards a free kick. Sending that one up to the near side. Intend to go to the near side. Shuleys with Alex Cook on her hammer. The right Alex Cook. You hear some buzzing from the Bulldogs tent to our right. Picked up by Lindsay Kastanek, looking for Poor Boy. Able to tip that one away from Typoetti. Tips out to the near side, or check that, that's Fox. As she puts the ball to the ground. This is Poor Boy. Gets away from 2 defenders. That'd be a goal and a half, but that one just stays in the field of play. I think that's going to be a boundary throw-in as Thexton gets chased, but my goodness. That was some Madden-type moves by Melissa Poorboy, doing the right trigger stick. All will come in play. So now this might be where the Bulldogs take the game back, and a goal would be a big gut punch to this Suns side, who's done so much in the first part of the second half. 2 20-minute halves. The Suns, by the way, will take on the San Francisco Iron Maidens next. They're cross state rival, the Northern California rival, while the Denver Bulldogs will take on the Seattle Grizzlies, of which should be a really, really fun matchup. We'll have that for you here on Field 1. Of course, all 18 games are here on the USAFL YouTube channel at USAFL.com. Big hit as that one goes towards Wilhelm, who dropped the pill, and then that is Swart, who picks that one up, sends that one forward, but only as far as the player who we have as She.
Come back! Come back! That's okay!
It'll be a free kick.
Man up!
Will go the way.
That's it, Shy.
Oh,
Shy!
I believe they'll go in short, looking for Sequeira. Sequeira, that one is punched forward.
Pick it up,
Ortiz knocked away by Hill, and then sent forward by Jessamy. Ball gets knocked down. Here is poor boy, Marissa Poorboy. That's the goal of the day. Well, there's your 3 votes, I think. 5-4-34 to 1-2-8. The Bulldogs extend their lead, and Marissa Poorboy, the longtime Seattle Grizzly, putting on a clinic. I'll tell you what, I know the Freedom, I think the earliest they may be doing something international is next year, but I think Christina Licata, the Freedom head coach, is looking at that tape, looking at it very hard, and you see the number 19 in blue, Marissa Poorboy. Ball goes down to ground. Looks like they got Titus Lay off the ball, no call. Wilhelm sends that one back, picked off by Wilkerson. Wilkerson just gets it forward, bounces in front of, going after that one. It's the 21 for the Suns going against Bremner, and then Typolatti, who is the strongest player on the field, turns it over to Anna Thexton, who stabs that one in towards goal, but it goes behind, and the Golden Colorado native just off the mark. But that's another point to the Bulldogs. They go to 5-5-35. They lead Sacramento 1-2-8. As we are getting near the water break here in the second half. Typolatti puts the ball back into play in front of those majestic mountains in the background. And the mark is taken on the far side. I want to say that's Izzy Greenblatt. She's really far away and turns the ball over. And that is the call for the water break, which they probably should have let the play run out, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. It should be the Bulldogs' ball when we come back. We have about 10 minutes. Oh no, they are playing. All right. Well, that's one of us who knows what's happening. As the ball goes out, so we will stay playing here. No, now they're saying they do want water. And so that is going to be our stoppage. So we're going to take a water break and come right back with a continuation of the second half to score the Denver Bulldogs 5-5-35. Sacramento Suns 1-2-8. You're watching the 2022 USAFL Western Regional Championships here on USAFL.com. We're underway again to finish off the second half after the water break. The Denver Bulldogs leaving this opening round women's game by the score of 35-8. And here comes Hallie Kastanek for the Denver Bulldogs, sending that one back the other way. Nice mark over the top, taken by her wife, Lindsay. Lindsay Kastanek goes back and sends that one forward. A couple of crossfitters connecting, but there's Typolatti, who takes a very easy, uncontested mark. She'll load up the full berries and sends that one down. It's a wounded duck of a ball. Stopped there by Matson. Matson able to get the ball away, but it looks like she was claimed before she could get it away, and it will be a free kick to Melissa Wilhelm. Mother of 5 comes out to the near side from San Diego originally. Thexton just out of her reach, and then she lays in a tackle on the back of Mora, and the ball is frozen, cryogenically frozen in there, just like Walt Disney's head. And we'll have a ball up on the wing position just to our side of the circle. Big swing and a miss, picked up by Machado, and she and Matson are in an arm wrestle, and she finally sends that forward, but only as far as Kastanek, who chips that to the near side, where Thexton picks that one up off a blade of grass, sends that one up high drops in front of Swart. It comes out to the near side. Big swing and a miss. You hear the Denver coaches imploring them to pick it up. And it comes out to the near side. Mora able to get to it. Mora sends that forward, marked by Kastanek. This is Hallie Kastanek. There's a better kick. All alone is Bremner. She may have pushed off, no call. Bremner chips that one from inside 50. Masher Mace against Typoletti in a titanic struggle. As that one comes outside, there's Typoletti, who elbows legally, manages to elbow Wilkerson, and then is able to get it away up the far side. Sends that one back. Sends that one back the other way. And the ball is up on that far side. It's kind of hard when you have other teams warming up. Sends that one back, and that one is marked by Caitlyn Masher. And the Albuquerque, New Mexico native will have a chance to extend her team's lead. Masher's played just about every sport you could think of. She's, as we mentioned, sumo wrestled, she's played gridiron football, she's done lacrosse. She steps forward and slots it home. So Denver gets another goal. They're sixth of the game. They go to 6-5-41. And the angular New Mexican celebrates Sacramento on 1-2-8. So Denver looks to have this game pretty much in hand. And they doing very, very well. Of course, we mentioned they've actually won 2 regional championships in a row. Now Denver's moved over to the Central region, but of course because they are hosting the Western Regionals, they're playing here. And they've won the Central Regional title each of the last 2 seasons. That is a great pickoff by Machado, and they come out to the near side. Out in front now, and picked off, and here the other way comes Aspen Baca, and that one is sent down the corridor, but sent back from whence it came. And in fact, there was an infraction paid downfield, and so this is check that Erica Titus Lay, who will get a free kick. So it's all about straightening out the percentage now for Sacramento. Sorry. This one will be sent in towards the sticks and marked defensively. I think we caught an 8 there, I'm not sure. But it'll be a free kick. So a great mark taken, and it looks like now it'll still be a free kick from the back. So Denver playing good stout defense as that one comes down, drops in front. Picked up by Wilhelm. Sends that one forward. Oh, a little low bridge tackle, yeah. And I think they were just going after the ball, but that was a dangerous tackle, and so it'll be a free kick. No, it won't be a free. No, it is a free kick. And it will go the way of that player who is the fullback, who we didn't catch her number, but she'll come out to the near side. She has a lead in Thexton, ignores her, and decides to continue up the right side to go down the line. Dropped by Leah Liberatore, sends that one up. Picked up, and the player who we think is Stephanie Sheet is taken down. And it's marked, and this is Sheet. That's the player we have here, number 12. Sends that one in. And is it marked? Yes. Picked off and back the other way by Rita Hill. And marked by Hallie Kastanek. So here is Kastanek. And it's a 50-meter penalty. So here's what happens on those, just for those who might be new. If there is an infringement after a free kick has been awarded, and it's by the team that the free kick is against, they move the ball up 50 meters. In this case, the player on defense overstepped the mark. So you're not allowed to go in front of where the ball was caught, or in this case, where the free kick was given. And so that's what happens. So if there's a penalty and it's moved up, the mark is taken by Amanda Mora, who plays on, past Matson, sends that one down, and she takes the mark. Plays that one out to the near side, drops in front, and coming off the bench and trying to run after it, but this is, that's Baca who tries to get it out. It comes in front. That's not Titus Lay. That's, well, Titus Lay went after it, and so did Hauptmann. We have a whistle, and it will be a free kick from in front, and it will go the way of the number 11, who is Vanessa Ortiz, one of the Arizona Hawks players. The Hawks, by the way, one of the original women's teams. They trace their history all the way back to 2004. Ortiz will line up looking for her team's second goal. As that one comes in, it's short. It goes off a bunch of hands. It's down in front. Sheet is there. Did she get it to her foot? Yes, she did. So a consolation goal for the Suns, and Samantha Sheet. They go on to 2-2-14, and they trail 6-5-41 for the Bulldogs. So it's all over by the shouting, but that will affect the percentage, which is the first tiebreaker. Worth mentioning, by the way, if you see, you'll probably notice just about every player on the field wearing purple armbands, and that is in response to the recent legislation that has passed at different levels of our government, and a number of players not only in the women's division but in the men's division, and not just here in the Western Regionals but across the play here in the USAFL today, just showing their response to that as the ball comes back into play. That one is deflected, and that was a tough hit by Matson, who caught the brunt of that. Thankfully, she stayed up and she stayed in play. She going after the football. She tries to spin around, gets the handball off, chipped in up top, and that one goes down. This is Hallie Kastanek, gets it away, able to get away from three defenders, slaloming through them, and the mark is taken by Angel Duran. So Duran will go back. Plenty of time left, or taking her time rather, not much time left. Ball drops in front, and it will be sent back in the other direction. Over the top, and it's marked. This is Hallie Kastanek out to the near side looking for Anna Thexton. Bounces away from her and able to get away from a defender. From here it looked like she pushed her down, no call. Thexton sends that one forward, and all of a sudden the offense shakes the life. And here comes Marissa Poorboy, who won that one free. Poorboy around the corner. Was it touched? No, it wasn't. That's a goal, and Marissa Poorboy has kicked 2 goals from the top shelf. I mean, the only question was it touched? And I don't think it was. So another goal, and Poorboy has kicked 2 of the best goals of the tournament, and I think she's kicked arguably the best goal across the regionals that we've had going all the way back to the other 2 tournaments. So 6-5-47. That should be more than that. That should be 7-5-47 to 14 points. As Machado, can't be very much time left. We're getting pretty near the end, as John and Paul once said, as that one was chipped in front looking for Mora. Mora able to get that one free. Sends that one back the other way, and the ball goes to ground. Machado trying to bend down and get to it. Picked off. Here they come back in the other direction. There was a tip, so they'll play on. Doesn't matter. The ball hits the ground anyway. And picking that one up is Poorboy. Swings around on a sixpence. Throws that one in front. And here is, did she get it away? Yes, she did. Great awareness to get the ball away, but only as far as Swart, who gets a little shovel pass, and that's it. And the Denver Bulldogs have seen off their first opponent in convincing fashion as they win by 33 points. The Bulldogs 7-5-47, defeating the Sacramento Suns 2-2-14. But hey, the Suns combination, I'll tell you what, they put up a mighty fight and had the sway of play over the course of several phases of this game, but the Bulldogs just too good. Marissa Poorboy and Lindsay Kastanek taking control in the forward line. That saw them off. So the Bulldogs at 1-0, they will face the Seattle Grizzlies next, while the Sacramento Suns at 0-1 will take on the San Francisco Iron Maidens. You can check out all of those games on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/USAFL1997 and see this and all the happenings, including finding a team near you on USAFL.com, and join us on Facebook, Facebook.com/USAFL, and on Twitter and Instagram at USAFL1997. For Adam, our cameraman, and everyone else here in Westminster, Colorado, this is Brian Barris saying so long for now.